first get involved with the rocket packs?
I worked for a very interesting person that owned one. And one day he's just kind of like, Nick, you want to fly that thing? I'm like, of course, why wouldn't I? You know what I mean? I'm a red-blooded American, let's do this. So, yeah, I hopped in it. I made 12 flights on a tether line. And then it was like, well, I think I can do this without... It's like, I think I can do this without any tether line. 13, 14, 15, next thing you know, I'm flying over houses, cars, down the middle of streets, wherever I could find. And it just took off, you know what I mean? Like, we found our sponsor, and just also a good friend of ours, and that's kind of how it started.
What was that first flight on the rocket belt like? How'd you feel about it?
I mean, I was a little weary, of course, you know, a little skeptical of what's really going to happen, what's it going to feel like, how well am I going to be able to control it. But I mean, after you just do it, and you don't really think about it. You just try to let your body learn it, and your muscle memory learn it, and you just go for it.
How did you first meet Bill, or how did you get involved with the Go Fast thing?
So the guy I worked for, who owned the jetpack, reached out to Bill and Go Fast. And when we first started flying at the very first stages, those guys wanted to make sure we did it right and we were safe. So Bill and Troy from Go Fast, they all came down to San Diego where we live and learned how to fly this. And you know, gave us advice and gave us tips and little things that would help us learn faster. And that's when I met Bill. And then once he saw me flying around, he kind of reached out more and more, and we started talking more and more about it, and that's how it happened.
So, have you had any memorable misadventures along the way?
I've only ran out of fuel 3 times. Twice was about a foot off the ground, so it wasn't a big deal, but once was about 6, 7 feet off the ground. And I was in Australia, and I was flying in this little arena, and they had a jumbotron. And as I made a turn, I saw myself on the jumbotron, and I got kind of entrapped by the vision of myself flying, and I kind of lost track of time. I made another turn and looked down at the timer, and it's at 22 seconds, and I'm about to run out of. So I got down as far as I could, gave it one last blast, and it ran out on me. So I dropped a knee on it, and I was lucky to not really get injured at all. So that's about it.
Could you briefly describe your background, like where you grew up and that sort of thing?
I grew up in Fairbanks, Alaska, actually. I moved to Southern California when I was 13, and I was always into hockey and soccer and every sport. I played every sport in high school virtually. I was always kind of a thrill-seeking, adventurous, and I was just athletic. So this really fit into my lifestyle quite perfectly.
You mentioned you had gone to Australia. Do you get to travel a lot with the Go Fast team?
Yeah, the Go Fast jetpack gets a lot of attention from all around the world, so we'll get requests from everywhere to come see them and fly for whatever venue it may be. So tomorrow I head off to New Zealand.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Adventure capital of the world, right?
Yeah.
What aspirations do you have for the future?
Design and build a jet motor engine that you can either stand inside or strap to your back and fly for 20 minutes. But the next thing with this application is fly it up and pull a parachute, try a backflip or a roll in it. So those things they're totally doable, and hopefully I'll accomplish them.
Cool. But what advice would you have for young people who would aspire to your level of adventure, and specifically those who might be fanatical about rocket flight and jetpacks and things?
Educate yourself, be smart about it, be safe, but have fun. And that's, you know, hopefully you can get lucky enough like I was and get to fly one someday.